Well, for well over a year, once they announced the Michael Jackson biopic, I said on my show to all the naysayers, this is going to be $1 billion film. This is going to be $1 billion film, because everybody was like, it's too late to do a Michael thing. No one's going to care about a Michael thing. And I said, no, man, this is going to be massive. Now, after I saw the film, I did change my tune a little bit, because I was like, it's not quite good enough maybe to get to $1 billion. So maybe not a billion, but it's going to be big. But I no longer kind of think it's going to hit $1 billion. Now, it may or may not go on to make $1 billion, but it has crossed a major, major milestone, as it is being reported now in Variety that Michael, which is still in theaters, has now grossed $977 million, which now officially makes it the highest grossing, not just musical biopic, but the highest grossing biopic ever in history. As we go over and see what it has topped, Michael now stands in the number one spot. As I bring this up here again, stands in the number one spot, making $977 million, just passing the $975.8 million that Oppenheimer. Again, Oppenheimer got so close to joining that $1 billion club. That, of course, was then followed by Bohemian Rhapsody at $910 million, Passion of the Christ at $612 million, and American Sniper at $547 million. Now, whether or not this thing actually goes on to make $1 billion, little bit in doubt at this point. I mean, as of right now, like this past weekend, Michael made $900,000. It's got 23 million more to go. Not really sure if it's going to get there or not, but whether it does or does not, Michael has been an absolute triumph at the box office, making nearly $1 billion. I don't know that the second one will do as well, because I think some people like myself were a little bit disappointed in the movie. But regardless, this is now, guys, the highest grossing biopic in history. And I think that's notable and should be kind of mentioned here. Rob, you see now it's crossed that big mark. Couple things. Why do you think this thing has been able to leg out this incredible milestone, new box office record, highest grossing biopic of all time? And do you maybe see it still getting to that $1 billion mark? What do you think?
Well, first of all, I just want to point out that we were all speculating on this show that this had the potential to get to $1 billion. We were saying that from the beginning. And I think that's very cool. But John, you always talk about movies being experiential events. I think this movie defines that, because when you go in and sit and watch this movie, you're moving in your seat, you're tapping your toes, you're experiencing decades worth of pop culture, and all this movie can do is put a smile on your face. I mean, I saw this movie at an IMAX theater, and the sound system was incredible. And watching this film, it really delivered. Now, I know a lot of people have criticized this movie about being a fairly whitewashed biopic, but I would say that what this movie is a celebration of one man's creativity. And sure, was that man multifaceted and were a lot of other things happening in his life? Yes. But the man was the king of pop. And he was pushed into a life by his father because he was born with a God-given voice like no other. And he was truly one of the great stage entertainers of all time. And I think, John, when you go into this movie, you can't help but walk out of it elated. And how often, a lot of movies affect me, but seldom have I walked out with a better feeling inside than when I watched this film. And I didn't expect that. And I think that what it delivered is exactly what it promised. Michael. And how many times can you say that about a movie?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm going to admit, I'm one of the people that I thought, number one, as a celebration of the music of Michael Jackson, the movie's a home run. I would have, however, preferred an a better overall motion picture
Sure.
put together. Much, again, like Bohemian Rhapsody. Like Bohemian Rhapsody, I felt was both a celebration of the music of Queen, but also had a compelling, multidimensional, character-populated feature film behind it. And with a director like Antoine Fuqua, who I think is just, I think the world of Antoine Fuqua. So I had higher expectations for it. So I do feel like the movie kind of lacked in being more than just a, fluffing celebration of Michael Jackson's music, which it was. Because, dude, I've said this before on the show. When they're in the music numbers, I'm like in my seat in the movie theater.
Yep.
Like the whole time, right? How can you not? Like you're just bopping around and I'm having a great time watching the damn movie and all, but I do wish it had been overall a better movie, because I don't think it had to be one or the other. I think they could have been both at the same time, which is maybe why it's not already at the $1 billion mark. I don't know. Jonathan, did you ever get around to seeing Michael?
I haven't yet. No, too many things like it flooded
like life.
in. Yeah. So and it came out right when a flood of other movies came out.
Yes, it did. Yeah, there's a whole bunch going on at the time.
I had to make some sacrifices.
Yeah, somebody brought up Adam Hayes in the live chat is bringing up that the Rocket Man was way better than I thought it would be too.
Yeah,
again,
me too.
It kind of accomplished being a celebration of the music of Elton John while also being a very compelling film. But
I'd say Rocket Man and Bohemian Rhapsody, just from what I know of Michael, it seems like they actually touched on the not so just like,
oh, they did.
Perfect moments, like they got into the dirty moments.
They touched on the downsides of these characters and who they are and the darker moments and the struggles and all that kind of stuff. Whereas in Michael, it was just, Michael is the perfect human being. All things wrong with the world can only be cured by the touch of Michael Jackson. And that was a little bit much, but still, dude.
True though.
$977 million. It is now the highest grossing biopic in the history of cinema. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? Michael has now officially passed Oppenheimer to be the highest grossing biopic in film history. Still 23 million away from that $1 billion mark. Do you think it can get there? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.